All right, we are now ready to start this semifinal. It's Alex Cardona serving against Rodrigo Montoya. Straight down the line. Oof. Big backhand swing from Alex Cardona for the first point. Side out for Rodrigo Montoya. This is Rodrigo Montoya's first time on the live streaming so far at the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open. He defeated Jaime Martel in the quarterfinals to get here. And he also had to defeat Alejandro Almada, who plays for UT Racquetball. I'm joined now by Sully Kaur, the tournament director, who puts on this fantastic event here in Austin. Welcome, Sully.
It's great to be here.
It's one serving one. I think we could be in for quite a tough semifinal this evening.
Wow, beautiful backhand splat to the left. That's what Cardona is just really good at, and you know, if he can really get on a roll with that, we're just going to see a really exciting match because Montoya is a great getter, and I'm just excited to see some great rallies here.
Second serve, the WRT does play a two-serve rule by the International Racquetball Federation rules.
Beautiful. Wow. That was huge. That was like 39.5 feet from shoulder height, flat roll down the line. It doesn't get much better than that.
Cardona is opening up the match with some awesome backhands.
He looks serious here. So screen serve there, coming a little bit too close to his body. Might have even been short, but in any case, we're looking at second serve. And a skip ball by Cardona, just kind of off weight, kind of stepping off his back foot, didn't really have a whole lot to move through the ball and just kind of trying to do a little too much. I think there's a lot of jitters here in the very beginning of this match, and those will work out pretty soon. That was a blistering serve, perfect angle, unfortunately just a tad short.
Yeah, we're gonna see some incredible serving between Cardona and Montoya.
That shot right there by Montoya is probably one of the best shots on these courts with the concrete walls. It's a wide angle pass, hits the crack, and just kind of comes right out. There's not a whole lot you can do with that.
Couple points in a row for Montoya. Starting out strong. Usually it takes him a couple minutes to kind of feel out his opponent, but he's starting out strong against Alex Cardona.
Nice down the line by Cardona. You know, in times like this, it really, in the beginning of these matches, you've got both players that are really just feeling each other out. And they're trying a lot of different shots just to kind of see what works, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. It's going to get cleaner, it's going to get better.
just short, some big swings.
Yeah, so that's now 2 skips by Cardona, one in the front court and one in the back court just to start off this match.
Nice cross court from Montoya for a point.
Yeah, Montoya is really blistering that backhand. That is now 4 backhand winners in the match so far. Screen serve called on that one. A little too close to his body, and Cardona didn't have the opportunity to see it. Wow.
That looked like an unusual swing from Cardona, but the control.
And he made that shot look really easy. That is such an incredibly difficult shot. The timing has to be absolutely perfect in order to be able to do that down the line. Beautiful. Nice forehand down the line. Cardona's just really taking his time here. This is classic Cardona. He takes the full 10 seconds. He has patience with the ball. He really does these things to do nothing more than get into a rhythm. And it seems to be working. Total control, beautiful serve. Gets Montoya a little off balance. Cardona's got a shot right in the front court. Easy pinch to the right side, and just really makes it look easy.
Yeah, interesting how they've both kind of gone on a points run, and now it's Alex Cardona's turn.
Yeah, and you can see right here what he's doing is just really trying to control the momentum. He's changing up his serves, he's changing up his shots, and he's trying to keep Montoya off balance, and that's really key. The more you can keep your opponent off balance, the more opportunity you're going to get a setup. Wow. Flat splat rollout to the left side. Montoya's got a beautiful backhand.
Second serve, both players definitely take advantage of the 2 serve rule. They really go for it on that first serve.
Yeah, and Cardona right now has 3 short serves to the forehand side. So, you know, these guys are really trying to punch it and take advantage of these courts. Oh, so close. Just barely mistimed it, but that would have been a beautiful dive to get the ball off the back wall.
Alex Cardona is currently #1 on the WRT, and that means he was also seeded #1 at this tournament. To get here today, he had to defeat Alan Atera in the round 16s and then Gerardo Franco in the quarters, and that brought him here against Montoya. Nice return from Montoya.
Yeah, very nice pass. And he's really going to be going for this drive serve, and he's so close to getting them in. If he can start getting on a roll here, it could be huge for him. Montoya's not happy about that one.
We've seen Montoya get on a roll, and that with that drive serve, it can be
and that sure looked good to me. That was called short, so we're looking second serve here, but wow, that's close. Wow. What a shot. Splat roll out from the backhand side. And this is what Cardona does really well. And, you know, we've seen matches where he misses these and it really takes him out of his rhythm. Then we've seen matches where he hits these and it gets him into an unbelievable streak. It's a nice, smooth, controlled swing by Montoya, just putting it right in the left pinch. What I love about these guys is they play with control combined with the power, and it makes for phenomenal rallies.
A lot of power, like you said, coming out of Cardona.
Yeah.
And it's hard to balance that control when you do have so much power, but we've seen both players start to adapt to that. And to me, that's something that the more players play tour stops and, you know, are on the road, they really start to hone in those skills.
Yeah, so Montoya getting back in the box. He's now controlling a little bit of this momentum. Tie it up at 6-6. And I think to some level, these guys are both still really feeling each other out.
Yeah, Rodrigo Montoya seeded number 5 this weekend, and he is currently ranked number 6 on the WRT. He recently won his first WRT title in October at the 2016 Pleasanton Open. And now Cardona not looking back at his opponent to see that his racket was up.
Yeah, so they'll play second serve here. So that's going to be Cardona's 6th forehand winner. 8th time he's gone to the forehand side. He's got more winners to the forehand side than he does to the backhand side. He's really eating up Montoya on that side. What a rally.
Rodrigo looking for those 2 bounces. Not going to get it.
Yeah, Montoya raising his hand, asking for the 2 bounces, but Cardona got onto it. That was a beautiful get, and, you know, got to play on Montoya. Nice controlled play by Montoya.
Yeah, he was really owning that center court positioning, and he could feel where Cardona was.
Yeah, you know, he's got really good body control, and when he's sitting in center court and the ball comes right at him, he doesn't worry about hitting the ball hard. He just kind of connects with it, hits it in the right place, and it's great control. So that's now Montoya's 3rd short serve to the backhand side. Still not quite there in a rhythm, but if he gets that thing going, it could get in trouble. Wow. Cardona looks sharp tonight.
He does. You know, it's interesting. We've been talking to Cardona off the court. He recently started a business. In the last year, he's taken his earnings from being number 1 on the WRT, turned it into a business, but this is his off season. It's the rainy season. So he says he's been able to just really fully focus on training and working out and getting ready for tournaments.
It's showing. He's looking really impressive. His shots are crisper than I've seen, and he's just really doing a great job controlling this match.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
You know, most people can't even get to that kind of ball, but being able to get to it and then hit such a beautiful offensive shot in that fashion is just spectacular.
That's what we like to see. These guys giving us a show, too.
I love it.
Well, it is a little wet out there on the court, but of course, it's a good opportunity to talk a little bit about the tournament. This event, all of the money raised from this event goes to the UT Racquetball Club and helps support the club members get to the National Collegiates, which I just think is an outstanding thing, and it's a great way to get more people involved in the sport, and that's part of the mission of the UT Racquetball Club. Point for Montoya. See if we can hear an updated score.
Yeah, lots of power, but if that thing's going to come off the back wall, that's pretty much Cardona's bread and butter. Montoya really has, either, his serve's got a lot of power, but it's either been hitting short or it's coming off the back wall. And at that point in time, this far into the match, I'd like to see him change up his serve a little bit, do something a little bit different. He's going to have to really keep Cardona moving if he wants to figure out something that's going to work. But, if that drive serve doesn't come in perfect, he's going to struggle.
Yeah, you said it exactly right. If Montoya's serve isn't perfect, then it's just not working, and he does need to switch something up. But when it is perfect, you better watch out for it.
And it can really wear down on a player because it gets in their head, and it can really affect rallies from that point on. Wow. So that's Montoya's 9th backhand winner compared to 4 forehand winners. It's obvious he brought his backhand today.
Stronger on the backhand side today.
That's something you don't see very often. An unforced error by Cardona, kind of lackadaisically moving into the ball. Didn't seem like he was too interested in hitting it, and kind of put it in the floor pretty close to his body. We won't see that very often.
Oh, first ace serve for Rodrigo Montoya.
It was bound to happen. He's had the angle, and he's been so close. It's just a matter of time sometimes.
It's interesting, like something's switched for Alex Cardona.
And there's another one.
He's
Beautiful.
making a lot of mistakes, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
nice serving, but
this is one of those examples where so much can come off of a serve. It's your only opportunity to put the ball in play. It's a great opportunity to capitalize, and he's doing that right now.
oh wow. Diving effort from Montoya. Cardona's return's a little high. You could see him talking to himself there, saying like, why are you hitting it so high?
Yeah, I feel like over the last 5 or 6 rallies, he's kind of been out of it. It's almost like not the same Cardona that we saw, in the beginning that was hitting some great shots. And, usually he just kind of gets better as time goes on, and he's sort of falling into a little bit of a slump. He knows it, and you can see that with his body language. And now it's really up to him to figure out how to make that change.
I completely agree, and I missed it. I don't know what changed for him, but something happened. So it'll be interesting to see how he collects himself now. Like
Yeah.
you said, his habit is to take his time up at the front, try to regain that momentum. Let's see if he can do that.
Yeah, you know, Montoya got on a roll with a few good serves, and, you know, we're sitting at a score of 11-7, so he knows he's down, and this is a real crucial point. You know, Montoya gets another point or two, and then all of a sudden it seems like a, you know, insurmountable difference, you know, to come back from, and so he's really taking his time here figuring out what he needs to do to get back in this game.
Well, it looks like our referee had stepped away for a moment. He came up to the top. Not exactly sure why, but it's put a little bit of a delay on
Do we
the
get
court.
referee breaks? Referee timeout?
We missed that. I guess the referee was looking for a towel so he could, in the future, speed along those court wipe downs. Our referee is Gerardo Franco. He does a great job. Oof. One thing that's so interesting about a Cardona-Montoya semifinal is that both of them play with little to no emotion on their face. You don't see them crack. Maybe a rare smile here or there. It'll be interesting to see how they're working under each other's skin in this match.
Yeah, both very focused. I completely agree. I mean, these guys are really at another level, and the amount of focus they have to do what they do is quite spectacular.
Both of these players are out of Mexico. Alex Cardona is from Juarez, Mexico, and Rodrigo Montoya is from Chihuahua, Mexico. They both had pretty big junior careers out of Mexico, both representing for their country, and both medaled in singles and doubles. So it's a little bit of a different beast here on the tour. We're happy to have both of them.
Wow, big skip. A little too close to his body, a little bit of a jam. Just couldn't really get around and put the ball in the splinters right in the front court.
Down the line from Montoya.
Yeah, these guys are winning rallies on the forehand side. Montoya's won 10 rallies on the forehand side compared to 5 on the backhand, and Cardona's won 10 the forehand compared to 6 on the backhand. These guys are trying to eat away at each other's forehands.
Yeah, they're really playing to that right side. Montoya again not happy with that short serve call.
Pointing to the line saying, hey ref, that was good.
It's good for those new viewers at home. So that is the service line.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Here
want
it
to get
is,
it over
right
that
here.
line.
Wow. Big shot. Above shoulder height, flat rolling it from about 38.5 feet. That's tough.
On the backhand, we've been talking about how much the players are playing to their forehand, but
yeah, you know what's you know once you have so many to the right side, it opens up that left side, and then it's more effective. And so you know he took advantage of it at that point in time, and comes out here with a beautiful ace, and that'll put him up 13-7.
Well, with that, Alex Cardona is going to call a timeout as Montoya aces him. We'll be back with more from the Longhorn Open. Of course, we'd like to thank the sponsors for making this possible. And Sully, why don't you tell us a little bit about Charles Grigson Law?
Yeah, Chuck Grigson is one of our longest standing sponsors. He's been practicing civil and criminal law for over 40 years, and his experience is absolutely unparalleled. He works with individuals and small businesses throughout Texas and the USA. So, you know, if you're dealing with any dispute or, let's say, contract negotiation, or let's just say you got yourself in trouble with the law, Chuck is the man you need to call. Check out his website, www.chuckgrigson.com, for more information.
It happens. You can't avoid that trouble with the law.
It happens.
Diving back into this semifinal, Cardona calling a timeout after that ace from Montoya makes it 13-7. And this is only game one of our semifinal. It's going to be a battle. That's my prediction. It's going to be a battle to the end.
That is a beautiful ace. Cardona's going to want to screen on that, but he's not going to get it. That ball is close to a screen, but you just can't call it. That angle is perfect, just over the short line. Montoya is in a groove.
Yeah, and I think it has Cardona a little flustered.
It should be.
He's
He's down 14-7. Now that one is a little too close. That'll be a screen serve and short.
Double-double. Oh.
Just mistimed that, really for nothing more than a miss hit by Cardona. Didn't quite hit it exactly where he wanted, and Montoya wasn't expecting it, and got a side out.
Yep, it's 8 serving 14.
So the referee's going to call that hinder. Montoya is going to want an avoidable hinder, saying that Cardona was in his way and took away his offensive opportunity. It looked to me like Cardona moved out of the way at the last minute, and I think we have a good call.
Short.
Cardona trying to do just a little bit too much with that. Instead of going defense to the ceiling, tries to go a little bit aggressive, and it just wasn't enough and puts the ball on the floor.
Game point for Montoya. Athletic return from Cardona.
Oh.
And Montoya buries that one to make it 15-8 in game one. Well, we'll be back in just a few minutes with more of the WRT Longhorn Open to see if Alex Cardona, #1, can answer back against Rodrigo Montoya. We're back at the WRT Longhorn Open, and we want to take a look back at what happened there in game one. We have some stats to talk about. Alex Cardona and Rodrigo Montoya. Sully, what are your thoughts there on game one?
Yeah, you know, each of these guys have 17 winners, and so you see that, but we still have a difference of a score of 15-8. And so what that tells me is Montoya is just winning the rallies with just some really some decent pinches and some good gets, and so it's not just all about hitting the winners from the back court or the front court. He's just really playing well in the rallies. Now he's also got 3 aces versus 0 for Cardona, and that really was the biggest difference in getting him in, changing the momentum of the match to get him just a little bit ahead, and that sometimes can be enough to really pull a player into a win, and that's what we saw.
I think anything could really, it could go either way in game two. I think it is going to come down to the momentum. Both players are very well conditioned. They could make it through, you know, 2, 3. I'm sure Cardona's going to want to go to a tiebreaker at this point. The winner will move on to the finals, which we will be live streaming tomorrow, and they will face the winner of our next semifinal coming up right after this, which features David Bobbyhorn and Javier Mar. These guys are ready to kick off game two. Alex Cardona will start off serving. Oh, wow.
And we just talked about 0 for him in the first game, and what is he going to do with start off the second game? Ace serve. Beautiful line to the backhand. I think he realizes he's got to get that serve going if he's going to get a different result. Another blistering serve.
And Montoya's turn to
And an
buckle a
unforced error
little
for
under
Montoya.
that pressure, yeah.
You know, and in the first game, Montoya only had 3 unforced errors with skips, and Cardona had 7. So, you know, that was also a large factor in the first game as well. And here we are with Montoya, you know, starting the game with a skip.
And we do have that next semifinal coming up where Cliff Swain will be joining us on the microphone. We saw his commercial before this match started. That ball skipping.
Yeah, Montoya kept Cardona back a little bit, and Cardona just wrong-footed and off-balanced and really couldn't do anything with that. Wow. That was a blistering serve, too. Unfortunately, the referee is going to call this screen. I say unfortunately, it was a screen, but unfortunate for Montoya in that case. Nice, beautiful forehand reverse pinch to the left side.
Yeah, Cardona starting out game 2 in control.
Yeah, you know, he did this in game 1, and we saw a complete reversal. Let's see if he can hang on to this control. Wow. That is a tough shot. Cardona, with a great serve, jams him. In normal circumstances, a defender is not expecting it. It kind of sets up a really poor shot. Not this circumstance. Flat rollout, splat to the right side. He's going to call that one short. Cardona's not very happy with it, and I'd probably say I'm not that happy with it as well. That ball looks like it's crossing the line, but you know, these guys are blistering the ball so hard that sometimes it's really tough to see. That'll be a hinder. These guys will play that over.
Ref sticking with his call. He's not going to let Montoya talk him into anything.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about right there.
He's going to try, though. Tough rally.
Yeah, Cardona just a little bit too late on that shot. Had a chance. Montoya hit it to the right side. Wasn't a clean pass down the line. Caught the side wall. Back out for Cardona to hit. Just couldn't quite get a racket on it.
There's a point for Montoya. Tough serve down the right side.
Wow. Yeah, he's letting that get to him. He's not happy with the call by the referee. And it doesn't matter. You've got a beautiful forehand set up front court.
Play on.
Play on. I mean, that's a little bit ridiculous at this level. You've got to keep your composure. The ref's not going to make every single call. shoot your shots and hit them.
Nice effort from Cardona. That's going to be a side out for Rodrigo Montoya.
The shuttle is now at Gregory Gym. If you would like to,
It's 1 serving 2. These guys have kept the score pretty low to start off game 2.
Skip ball, very close, just not quite there.
That's going to tie it up. 2-2.
Beautiful control by Cardona. Serve jumped out a little bit more than he wanted to. Couldn't take the swing that he was hoping for, but then with a nice controlled adjustment, just puts the ball in the front corner. Just tremendous display of control. Montoya trying to slow things down, putting his racket up, saying, hey, give me a minute here, I'm not ready to receive. Ooh. That was a huge shot to go for. I'm not sure what he wanted to hit on that. That was literally above his head when he struck. I think he's trying to make something happen.
Hayden Farmer to the tournament desk.
Nice controlled swing, center court.
Yeah, that was very clean.
Just really impressed with the control by Montoya. He hits the ball hard when he needs to and just controls it as well.
2 serving 4. Tough start to game 2.
Yeah, and so you got Cardona down here 4-2. He's got 5 unforced errors thus far, so he's pretty much giving Montoya the points. It's a beautiful turnaround, forehand with just a flat rolled backhand side. You know, I feel like those are the ones that can give you the confidence to get something going. I just feel like Cardona's a little out of sorts for some reason.
Yeah, and he didn't start the match that way.
I mean, he's having some great streaks like we're seeing here, right? So that's 2 balls that come off the back wall where he's got a forehand setup and he flat rolls it. And so when he's in that control, he's doing a good job with it, but then there's not much else happening.
This run now is putting him in the lead. That's 3 in a row for Alex Cardona to make it 5-4.
Yeah, Montoya wants this over. Referee's going to stop play right here. He just really couldn't go quite through the ball the way he wanted to, and we're going to play hinder and play that one over. Wow, what a get. Oh, the signs of a beautiful rally, and unfortunately Montoya finishes it with a skip ball. Beautiful get by Cardona, and sometimes, you know, making the get is half the battle. You know, I mean, it's just that extension of the rally that puts pressure on the opponent, and then they can't execute a relatively easy shot. That's the beauty of being able to get those balls.
You could kind of catch Rodrigo Montoya's face in that side camera as he scrunched it up to really whack that ball. Another great backhand from Cardona for the side out. Four serving six. Excuse me, six serving four.
Beautiful splat. You know, we haven't really seen a whole lot of splats in this match. Everything has been, you know, just a basic pinch or it's a nice clean down the lines or cross courts, and you know, like to see a little bit more splats to change things up, keep the opponent guessing a little more.
Coming up after this, there is another semifinal that we'll be diving right into. It's David Bobby Horn versus Javier Mar.
Wow!
Oh. Running to the back of the court, hitting it behind him for the winner.
And changing direction just to even be able to get to the ball. And, you know, it's one thing to hit it behind your back and just make the front wall. It's a whole nother thing to just flat out roll it out. What a shot. And Cardona tries to say, hey, I can do that too, but not so much.
That one didn't make it.
Not by, I think that skipped like 2 feet away from him. It didn't even come close.
5 serves 6.
Another beautiful down the line backhand from Cardona. Montoya trying to hit the floor, and unfortunately is just a little too late getting 2 bounces. I feel like Montoya is, you know, hitting the floor quite a bit. He's just not making as much as I think he would like. Another beautiful backhand down the line. And we haven't seen a whole lot of down the lines in this match, but the ones that we have seen have pretty much gone for winners. And you know, the down the line is the harder shot than the cross court, but I'd like to see these guys do that to try and win a little bit more of these rallies. And
There's one.
There you go.
You got what you wanted, Sully.
That's the shot. It's just the hardest shot to hit, but it's the right one.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Down the line, down the line, down the line. And it's effective.
It is extremely effective. And then once you do that enough times, then it opens up the cross court for very clear winners. So Cardona's still in control here. Montoya's making some great plays, but he's getting in the box, and he's not really getting anything off of his serve in this second game, quite the way he was at the end of the first game. And Cardona's sitting on the lead, 7-5.
Big skip for Cardona and a little bit of emotion and an outburst from him.
Yeah, that's his 7th skip of the match so far compared to 3 for Montoya. He's lucky to be in the lead.
Yeah, those unforced errors can really make a big difference or a dent for a player.
And there's a skip on the Montoya side, so. You know, the tough part about this sport is that you could, these unforced errors are so crucial. You know, you're better off just, you know, getting to the ball and hitting a 3-wall around the world shot just to keep your opponent off balance rather than putting the ball on the floor. Wow. I think I felt that, like deep down inside. That was beautiful. I mean, and that's what Cardona does really well, that beautiful backhand splat. We just haven't seen a whole lot of it, but boy, we saw that one.
We felt that one.
Yeah, Cardona is just not moving his feet very well, and it's keeping him a bit out of position, and so he doesn't have the opportunity to move through his stroke the way he probably would like, and that's why we're seeing a lot of skips here.
Point for Montoya. I think it looks faster when we're watching it on that front camera.
Yeah, no doubt. I sort of have a feeling here that we're due for an ace serve.
Yeah, we haven't had one in a while.
I feel it's coming. I know Montoya's been trying for it, he's been going for it, and it's only a matter of time. Not quite an ace, but fairly effective.
Serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna make it 7-8.
Looks like there might be a wet floor here that they might need to take care of, and they are.
Gives us a minute to thank one of our sponsors, the Reaching Your Dream Foundation, helping support players get to Pro Tour stops like this one out here in Austin, Texas. So thank you to the Reaching Your Dream Foundation for supporting the WRT Player Support Program. You can find out more at give2rydf.org. That's the number 2.
Gabrielle Flores to court 3.
We'd also like to thank another sponsor from the WRT 2017 Longhorn Open, Splat-Head Racquetball.
Yeah, Splat-Head creates cutting-edge sportwear that can be both worn on and off the court. Another great thing about Splat-Head is they provide sponsorship grants to players and is a nationwide supporter of tournaments. So when you buy Splat-Head, you're pretty much helping all of that.
We love support that goes out to other tournaments, so thank you, Splat-Head, for supporting the Longhorn Open. 8 serving 7. Wow. There's some heavy swings from Alex Cardona, putting a little extra force behind the ball.
Yeah, he's really trying to go for it. He's swinging away. There's no doubt about it. He knows he's got to take control of this last half of the match to try and close it out. He's really pulling for a tiebreaker.
I'm sure everyone watching would love a tiebreaker as well. That's what makes it so exciting. Watching the WRT in the last 8 events, we had 7 different winners. So like I say, anything can happen.
Wow. That's an aggressive shot. timing on that just has to be superb. And I think he pretty much hit that pretty close to his feet. That was amazing.
Cardona turning it up, makes it 10-7. Now it's like at least the second time that Alex Cardona has not looked back at Montoya. Montoya's had his racket up, so lose that first serve, second serve. Oh!
Wow!
Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
Oh, what a get.
Oh my goodness!
I don't even know what was happening out there. Alex Cardona definitely thought that ball was down when he slipped, and it turns into an outstanding rally.
He thinks the rally is over and then realizes, hey, I got a chance at this ball. I better get up and go hit it.
And he hopped right up there.
And not only did he do it, but he hit a beautiful down the line from overhead. And Montoya goes off the back wall. That's amazing.
Wow, that was an incredible rally. Incredible. Hope you guys at home are enjoying the action from the Longhorn Open.
This is what we call a dual service towel break. We got to clean up the floor and just take a little breather.
Right. You're going to take your time as you wipe that up.
Yeah, diving and running around on the floor is not as easy as these guys make it look.
No, and Cardona kind of got stuck there. He was going to do a back roll on that shoulder before he had to pop up the other way. You're going to do some serious training for that.
Yeah, we're gonna start enrolling him in gymnastics.
You know, it's interesting when Alex Cardona wasn't playing on the tour after his junior career. He couldn't make it to many pro tour stops, so he started getting into bodybuilding. And once the WRT was created, in the hopes of getting someone like Alex Cardona back out there on the courts, because he just had an incredible juniors career. He played for Team Mexico, numerous medals, over 10 medals in singles and doubles, and he started playing in racquetball, and he really had to change. So his body had changed from the bodybuilding. Now he had to change back into racquetball mode. You can find him in the gym in Juarez a lot training. And like I said, it's his off season right now for business, so he is in the gym on the courts training all the time.
Well, obviously a wonderful display of athleticism. Just incredible to be able to do what we just saw.
And Rodrigo Montoya, 20 years old, moving around the court like he's 20, huh?
I almost forget what that was like. Pretty poor shot by Cardona. Ball comes off the back wall. Easy forehand setup for Montoya. And you're not going to get a second chance at that Cardona. So here we are, 7 serves 11. Wow.
Down the line from Alex Cardona for the side out.
And Montoya got what he wanted. Beautiful serve, perfect angle, tons of speed. Gets the setup, he just really couldn't do anything with it. And on the other hand, gives Cardona the setup and the rally's over.
That floor is squeaky clean. Coming up after this, our next semifinal is David Bobby Horn and Javier Mar. They are fighting to go to the finals, which will be live broadcasting tomorrow at 12:15 Central Time.
Great
Another
get.
Get from Montoya.
Oh!
Amazing gets. Oh my God.
And another one, here it comes. That's good too. Oh my goodness!
God. Cardona laughing.
Whoa! Unbelievable
incredible.
rally.
Speechless. That was amazing.
This is exactly what we were hoping to see. We've got two athletic individuals, and they're just displaying all their potential right here.
That is just outstanding athleticism. And Alex Cardona laughing at the fact a little bit on the court that Montoya was just digging up everything.
How can you not? He's like throwing his body at absolutely everything, just without really much of a chance, and yet he's getting the ball and it's hitting the front wall.
That was amazing. These guys are taking a quick break. I think we're going to take a short break as well. So we'll be right back in just a moment. We're back at the 2017 Longhorn Open, and we'd like to give a shout out to another sponsor, Cox & Core Wealth Management.
Yeah, so this is myself and partner Brandon Cox, and what we do is help families with their financial planning and investment management. Now, I know a lot of advisors say they do financial planning, but not quite like the way we do it. This is some intense planning that covers every angle of a person's financial world, and we create a map to help people make smart financial decisions. And we manage investments in a way that coordinates with their financial plan. So whether you're about to retire or taking on a new job or experiencing a divorce or maybe even expecting an inheritance or dealing with any other life-changing event that involves finances, reach out to us, coxandcore.com.
Please check in.
All right, it's 12-7. Alex Cardona leading and serving.
Beautiful splat, left side. That's a tough shot.
Montoya likes to go for those tough shots.
Yeah, that ball barely coming off the back wall. He probably had a couple inches to shoot and just buried it.
7-12. Point for Montoya.
And once again to the forehand side. These guys are having quite a bit of winners to that forehand side. That's going to be 6 for Montoya right now.
Bill Adams.
Oh, right shot, pinch. Was the right shot. He just didn't have his feet quite set, puts it in the floor. And hands Montoya another point to put us at 9, serving 12.
Looks like the floor's still a little wet in that corner. We saw Cardona
Yeah, we've got,
almost doing a split on that shot.
yeah, that's a little dangerous. His feet just kind of took out from under him, and he was lucky not to have injured anything on that rally. But these guys are both hitting the floor, and we're probably pretty wet down there.
Yeah, these are concrete courts all the way around, and we're playing with the official ball of the WRT. That's the Gearbox Black Ball. I'd like to go ahead and thank another sponsor of the WRT Longhorn Open, Cliff Swain, who will be joining us on the mic after this. Thanks, Cliff. You can go to cliffswain.com. I'm sure we'll be hearing some more from Cliff when we get him on here. He'll be on our next semifinal, which is coming up after this. We have David Bobby Horn versus Javier Mar. These guys are fighting to go to the finals tomorrow, which we will also be live streaming starting at 12:15 Central Time. Oh,
After all that, we're going to call a timeout?
Yeah.
Nice. That is, that's classic.
Building the drama, Alex Cardona calling a timeout after a long towel wipe. We'll be back in just a moment with a word from our sponsors. We're back at the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open. Taking a couple minutes to thank our sponsors, including Health Texas Medical Group of San Antonio, making it possible to get us out here at this event.
Yeah, this is a really great group, and one of our great friends, Dr. Luis Torres. Health Texas Medical Group is a primary care physician group that's nationally recognized for its outstanding patient care. Best doctors in America, best doctors in San Antonio, and Texas Super Doctors are just a few of the independent awards received by Health Texas. Plus, it's recognized as best places to work each year by the San Antonio Business Journal. So if you want to be well taken care of, visit Health Texas Medical Group of San Antonio.
All right, these guys are back on the court after that long break. Rodrigo Montoya serving. And now a broken string from Alex Cardona. He's on a roll right now with a game delay.
You think like maybe he went outside and clipped his string just a little bit so he can come back in, break it, and get another free time out here? What's going on?
Really trying to catch his breath after some of those rallies these two have had.
That's actually a tactic I've never seen before. I'm impressed.
Montoya doesn't look as impressed.
Hey, it's ruining his momentum. Of course not. So here we are, back in the box, 12 serving 10 for Cardona. Montoya with a warning for putting his racket up too late. Cardona had already checked, went to serve. Wow. I think both myself and Cardona were surprised that that wasn't called a screen serve. But Montoya doesn't care. He just gets a racket on it, puts it in the front left corner, side out. Beautiful control by Montoya in the front court, holding his position there.
Yeah, we saw Cardona kind of reaching around Montoya, but it was enough.
Yeah, it was almost shielding him from the shot and just really controlling it with his body. Beautiful. Nice get. Beautiful line by Montoya. Another beautiful rally. Really rewarded for throwing his body on the floor and making spectacular gets.
That's going to tie it up, 12-12. It's a little tense out there now. We've seen a lot of momentum shift in this game.
And looks like we've got another wet spot. Montoya's going to take some time, grab a towel, and see if we can get it cleaned up.
Now there is a rule, the WRT plays by the International Racquetball Federation rules, which everyone can go check out at internationalracquetball.com. But there is the power of the referee to ask the players to change their shirts if they do feel like they're too too saturated from all that sweat and effort that these guys are leaving out there on the court. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes into play. It's a little tough to see how sweaty Montoya is.
Has that ever come into play? I don't know that I've ever seen that happen.
I've seen it in the international competition, like at the World Championships. We've seen the referee request a change at the Junior Nationals. I saw that as well, so it happens. Actually, it was funny. There was one time at the World Championship, Rocky Carson was playing, and his coach, Dave Ellis, was sitting there coaching, and Rocky Carson didn't have an extra shirt. He was asked to change it. Dave Ellis had to give him the shirt off his back so he could continue playing the match. So it could happen, and it's all part of the player preparedness. You have to bring enough shirts to keep yourself going, especially if you are in one of these high tense situations where you know it could be a long one.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Cardona's not going to be happy with that one. He really had control of the rally up until that very last shot, and you know, again, just putting it in the floor. That's the 12th skip in this game.
Yeah, that's too many errors.
Beautiful get. And just buries it in the front right corner. Beautiful shot. And he really has to hit that at this point in time. He misses that, and you're looking at 14-12, and you know that's really hard to come from. So talk about a pressure shot. He just nailed it.
Yeah. We'll take a minute to thank one of the sponsors of the WRT, which is Strike Out Stroke. A few seconds could save someone's life if you know the signs to recognize a stroke. If you see the signs, remember FAST to minimize the impact, and FAST is right there on the screen for you. Thank you to SOS and the work that they do. You can check out more at strikeoutstroke.com. Tomorrow we will not only be live streaming the finals at 12:15 Central Time, but we'll also be live streaming the doubles final. That's something that I know the fans enjoy, watching doubles, playing doubles. So that will be happening at about 2 o'clock, right after the final, which we will be live streaming right here at worldracketballtour.com. You can also catch the live stream at gearboxsports.com. And of course on Facebook. You can follow the WRT on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and catch up with all of our past events on our YouTube channel. It does look like Rodrigo Montoya changed his shirt. He's now sporting a black gearbox shirt as opposed to that polo.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Alex Cardona changed his shirt too. He had on black before, put on another black gearbox shirt.
Yeah. So now we have both players in black shirts and gray shorts. And knee pads. So
So we have
who?
Alex
Which one's
Cardona in
which?
the black sneakers and Rodrigo Montoya in the white sneakers.
You found the difference.
I found the difference.
Very nice.
It's one of my favorite games.
One of my kids too.
Well, it's a pretty tight game too. 13-12 right now.
That is only going to be called a hinder. A little surprised that's not unavoidable, and I think the crowd might be surprised
The crowd is on your
as
side.
well. And he's got a beautiful setup in the front court, and you can't shoot it because Montoya's there. It's unavoidable. wall. Nice get. Beautiful control, gets the ball. You think you're just gonna go down the line. It wouldn't hit the right shot. The right shot was the pinch. That was the hardest shot. He nails it. And now he's gonna serve for match point 14-12.
You were talking about control, Sully, and that is a great example of control.
And there was the setup to the backhand. He puts it away. Left side, flat rollout. Montoya takes over Cardona. What an upset.
Down the line winner for Rodrigo Montoya, defeating the #1 seed, Alex Cardona, which means Montoya will be moving on to the finals tomorrow at 12:15. Coming up after this, we do have one more semifinal featuring David Bobby Horn and Javier Mar. We'll take a quick break before we bring the winner up for a couple words with Rodrigo Montoya. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you, Sully, for joining me.
Thanks for having me. This was a ton of fun.
It was a great match. We'll be back, folks.